tonight we have our who all do we have? I got to do that fucking again. God damn it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Anime Club After Dark, the podcast that delves into all things anime, manga, and otaku culture related. My name is Alex, but you can call me Senpai, and joining me tonight, we have our czar of source material, John.
I'm totally going to put in that part where you fucked it up, because that was like the first fucking time you fucked it up in forever.
Yeah. I know, right? That's probably going to be the lead-in.
That's the lead-in, baby.
Oh my god. We also have our poser extraordinaire, Nitai.
Yeah, nice second take, asshole.
Shut up. I don't fuck this up often. Jesus Christ. And our chivalry of Shotaro.
If you want to tip me on Chatterbait, I only take Dogecoin.
What?
What?
You can tip on Chatterbait?
How do you think they make money?
Yeah, how do you think people make
money? How do you
money
think
on
I
Chatterbait?
make money?
Oh.
What's Chatterbait?
No, we're not getting into this.
I'll tell you afterwards,
So
Natai.
when a man and a woman love each other,
no.
they go on Chatterbait.
Right, okay.
Okay, wait. So I actually thought Chatterbait was just like, what was that fucking, the roulette site where like you randomly
Chat roulette?
No,
so I thought it was
like,
just chat roulette.
It's a cam girl and cam boy site where you pay
yeah.
for private shows.
Oh, see, again, I thought it was just like random people who want to like masturbate with each other, get connected to random people. I legitimately, that's what I thought Chatterbait was.
The power of the internet.
Not all these. I hate it here.
Good lord. Anyway, tonight we're going to be talking about whatever the fuck we want, because it's another WTF episode, if you couldn't already tell by how we're faffing about.
Faffing about.
Faffing
Look at
about.
you.
I love that phrase, by the way.
Look at you.
I never get to
faffing
use it very
about.
often.
Wow, Alex, you're on fire today.
I know, aren't I? So before I actually get into both the Simperbore and what I want to talk about, I want to say thank you very much to our followers. We actually very recently made affiliate on Twitch.
Woo!
Thank you all. We're monetized now, so now when I take a piss break, y'all get to watch an ad.
Oh my god. Now we're losing all of these followers.
Yeah,
now they're all gone. You're all gone.
I thought they followed because of the piss break.
Oh.
I thought that was the main attraction.
Piss gang, don't you know? Piss gang.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I hate it here. I'm leaving. Thank you all out there for dropping by.
Yeah. Seriously though, thank you all for helping us get that far. It's just like that plankton meme. I never thought I'd get this far.
My dad never was supportive.
Jesus, took a really.
That's
okay.
All right. This went to a dark place suddenly. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing regular scheduled streams on there. So right now I'm going through and playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I don't know. We actually just today, although by the time this comes out, we might have done 2 or 3 more of these. John and I, and Natai, I've started doing Halo playthrough. Also,
It's good. It's been a
this is
fun
Natai's
stream.
first ever playthrough of Halo in any capacity.
Yeah, I had a good time. I mean, it's probably not ideal to skip cutscenes every now and then. John,
yeah,
but...
John.
Listen. That one, I just thought it would skip for me, so that way I could get ahead and go do stuff. Okay, and also, I honestly did not think I would be able to get the skip. I did not mean to do fucking speedrun strats. I kind of just went for it, and it happened. I was like, fucking save the run. This is the run, dude.
You're too
Fucking
powerful,
oops.
dude.
Yeah, I definitely look forward to that. We also do some regular streams with followers. I'm trying to do 1 a week, but we'll see how that pans out. So far, we've done Dead by Daylight. I'd like to start doing Jackbox streams as well, because Jackbox is really, really fun. But anyway, if you want to join us for those streams, definitely look down below for a link to our Discord server where we set those things up.
And follow us on twitch.tv/animeclubafterdark.
Yes, thank you for the plug, Natai. Thank you. Yes, do follow us there. We already have 1 sub.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Very, very much.
So on to the Simp report.
Yes, Natai, do the song. All right, thank you. I don't have too much to report this month in the way of simping. In fact, I've only simped for 2 members of Whole Alive in the last month. That being Hachima, who is back from her hiatus.
Yes.
Hachima. Oh, and that the news that she's taking over meme review. Yes.
Fantastic.
I hate it.
I should say it's not meme review. It's Reddit shitpost review season 2.
I hate it. No one will
Yeah, I guess
Coco C-chan.
Yeah, she who shall not be named.
Kiryu C-chan.
But apparently she was giving Coco's blessing to actually keep doing the shitpost reviews. So I'm definitely looking forward to more of that from Hachima. But I've donated $50 to her, so I donated an extra $75 to her over the course of this month. And she's only been back for like 2 weeks as of the time of this recording. The only other person that I have donated to this month is Crazy Ali. I donated to her a lot during the chess streams.
She did fairly well.
I'm surprised you didn't donate to Hosho Marine because it was her 17th birthday for the 3rd time. Like,
yeah, 17th birthday,
Excuse
season 3.
yeah.
Not
Is this a thing?
I have a deep down, I have a feeling that she is in real life significantly older than 17.
17 season 3. I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, part of me wants to believe that she's actually an old hag because I love that joke.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do too.
But
What if it's a man, actually?
No, she's not. If a guy could actually pull off that voice, I would legitimately be impressed.
if Marion is actually a man, then she's got a lot of sexual harassment lawsuits coming her way.
Yeah, right. But no, I have donated $175 to Crazy Ali.
I was about to say, she did really well in the chess streams.
Yeah, I mean, she won her first match, and then she got into the redemption arc for the second match, and she had to face Connor, and Connor beat her. So she got out in the, I guess technically the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Wait, Connor? Like Sea-Dog?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sea-Dog VA.
What?
Not
Sea-Dog was there?
this.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
But yeah, I like these tournament arc chess things that they keep doing. I hope they do more of them.
Yeah. They're really entertaining.
They're
for
really
sure.
fun. They're really fun to watch. It gets like, it lets you get introduced to new talent as well. And Ollie seemed to have a fucking ball with this. I like that during the actual stream of it, the quote unquote official stream. They were cutting back and forth between the 2 different participants, and I forget who it was she played in the first round, but he's being really serious, and you can tell that he's thinking a lot on his camera. And then the commentator's like, "All right, let's go to Ollie and see what she's thinking." And she's going, and the commentator's like, "That's a VTuber's brain at work right there."
I mean, to be fair, though, that's kind of like how chess is. It's really easy/hard to play against people who know how to play, because you're calculating 10, 20 steps ahead, and like openers and stuff like that. But for someone who doesn't know how to play chess and they just literally randomly move, it makes it a lot harder to play against them. But I don't know, it's a weird thing. There is a line where it's like pure stupidity can be dominated. Like, there are certain strategies you can play. I play chess. I was in chess club. I'm a nerd.
Wait, you were in chess club?
Yeah, I was in chess club.
That's awesome.
So
We should play on stream on sometime.
all right.
Actually,
well,
yeah. Teach me.
Teach me, Papa.
I haven't played in a long time, but yeah, it's kind of hard to play against someone because because you are your biggest enemy at this point because you're overthinking everything. If this person's a straight up idiot, then it's a lot easier to play against them because you're like, oh, they don't know what they're doing, so you can trap them really easily. But if you don't know that they're stupid and they're just playing whatever, then it makes it really hard because you're just like, what is this galaxy brain play that they're using? Whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, we should play sometime. I
Chess is
haven't.
fun.
I don't play chess very often, but every time I do, I really enjoy it, even though I don't win very often. Because I'm not that
chess
good.
is really fun.
If we play chess, I'd say we should play like Anarchy Chess or something, because that's a lot more entertaining to me.
What's Anarchy Chess?
Basically,
No rules.
Yeah, no rules. Like instead of having the normal, everyone has the exact same pieces. Anarchy Chess is like you can get different pieces and different starting, and like different positions you start at. So it's like weird as shit. Like you could play around and you'll have 2 queens, for example, and you'd be like, ah, shit.
Oh, that sounds rough.
So it's fun in that like direction because it's like a little bit of RNG and a little bit of like it's skillful too, because it's like you can have a shitty dealt hand and you can still win, though honestly it's kind of hard to win if you're like all you got are just pawns and they've got like a bunch of knights, bishops, and queens. You're just like, well, fuck this. There's no way to win.
I do like how recently there's been a lot of particularly younger people getting into chess online.
Yeah,
recently.
that's a weird thing.
Cool. I think it was because they had that tournament arc or whatever it was called during was it PogChamp, the chess thing that happened during
Twitch
the
Rivals
COVID lockdowns.
Yeah, I think Twitch Rivals did that, right?
And yeah, that was hugely popular to watch, and I think that maybe that helped get a bunch of people into chess. I don't know.
Hey man, that fucking clip of Critical playing against XQC in like 20 seconds and winning after 20 seconds is fucking legendary. So
no, the thing about that, the funniest thing about that is not that it happened. The funniest thing about that is the commentator's reaction to what
Charlie's
he said.
comment.
Yeah,
to Charlie's comment where they cut to him and it's just like the audio at that moment is like, my cock is throbbing.
Throbbing.
And you can see the commentators are going like, oh God, what have we done?
Oh man, I've
Praise
recently
Charlie.
been watching a lot more. What's his YouTube name? Penguin Zero, Moist Critical.
Penguin Zero. Yeah.
Charlie. I've been watching more Charlie videos, and I'm just like, at the very beginning, I didn't like him that much, but I just watched one where he played Pokemon Unite, the Switch release like MOBA clone, where it's Pokemon but MOBA, and he's just like, yeah, I just dropped like $200, and he just fucking wrecks all the little kids that are playing the game.
Not pay to win.
Yeah, he's like, and then like the next,
And he's
literally,
like trying to see how hard he can like go into the pay to win.
well, because he
round to
was
see how
like, this is so
ridiculous it
fucking stupid because you can pay to win, and he just wanted to see what he could do. And then the very next day, because he actually set a world record for like ranked kills or something, I believe. The next day, game journalists were like saying how this popular Twitch streamer like exposes this and creates pay to win, whatever. And I'm just like, he literally just
fucking
played.
idiots.
Yeah, he literally just like paid money to the game. How it, that's how it is. You can either grind your life away for thousands of hours to get to where Charlie did, or you can swipe your credit card. But it was just fucking funny, dude. Where he'd go against 1v2s and just fucking dominate. And then he was going so hard on these kids. They would whiff their hits, and then he would fucking turn right around and punish them. And I'm just like, dude, Charlie's a fucking savage.
That video is really good.
One of the
really
things,
funny.
like recently, one of the hardest I've ever laughed recently was actually a stream of his that I was watching when Cyberpunk 2077 first came out and he was streaming it. This is when it was still super buggy and everything.
Ooh.
This is a brilliant like flash of comedic timing. Someone sent him a chat that said, but do you think this game is it? Because he was like bagging on the game, and they said, but do you think the game is actually any good? And like right at the moment he reads that out, a bug happens which flings him across the map and kills him instantly. And he says, does that answer your question? I laughed my fucking ass. I was on the floor laughing my ass off when that happened. I have never seen such comedic timing in my life.
Charlie is great. He's really entertaining.
Yeah.
The guy has such a command over the English language.
He does.
Well, also his freaking kind of deadpan monotone voice. Freaking,
Yeah.
Like I started getting into Charlie after the whole he was doing open Pokemon cards, I think, or Yu-Gi-Oh cards or something.
Yeah, he opened Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, he was opening cards and he was like, he did something on stream and he's like, whoa! Like, everyone memed it, and that's how I got to know him. But then I started watching more of his stuff just recently, like clips on YouTube from his streams and stuff. And I'm just like, this guy is hilarious. How have I not known about this guy for like the last 15 years?
Yeah, he's fucking great.
Yeah.
And he's made a good career of not necessarily being that great at games, but like the way he commentates games is just hilarious.
Oh no, he's super trash at games. Like that's one thing he was
Yeah.
like, "This is why I punish those kids because I'm usually really bad at video games." And I'm like, "Damn,
fair.
Charlie."
I mean, he is proof that you don't necessarily have to be good at games to be a good game streamer.
I wouldn't say he's necessarily a game streamer though. He does a lot of
Other
drama stuff and
Oh yeah,
talk
he does
commentary.
that. He does that too.
Have you seen his videos of him just like attaching wheels to dildos he purchased online? And
Yes, I
doing
have,
parts?
and it's very entertaining.
No way.
This is Charlie in a dude. This is Charlie in a nutshell. Literally made a course for his dildos on wheels.
Oh my god, man.
Man, YouTube is great sometimes.
Sometimes.
Man, we've gotten really off topic. What are we supposed to be talking about here?
We have. I was doing the sim report, but this is a good segue into what I actually wanted to talk about, because I have become fascinated with the concept of lolcows.
Oh, God.
So
Excuse me?
Oh, God.
for those out there who may not know the term, the Urban Dictionary defines lolcow as, quote, a person or group of people laughed at for actions that they take despite not trying to be funny. They may try to take themselves seriously, but are often milked for laughs with or without their knowledge.
Are you reading this directly from Urban Dictionary?
Yes, I am.
And how old is
Verbatim.
that post?
From October 11th, 2019.
Oh, I would assume this was an old term. It seems like a rafflecopter term.
Yeah, I honestly thought,
I mean,
Rafflecopter.
I do think that this term originated on 4chan, although I don't know that for a fact.
All right, so is it because of Chris Chan trending? Is this why?
Okay, I was gonna get to that because we were talking
we're
talking about Charlie, and the more I've kind of delved into the whole lolcow phenomenon, I'm not saying that Charlie is a lolcow, but I'm saying that a lot of the people that I've kind of gotten into who are lolcows are people who have been around the internet for about as long as Charlie, and they have completely tanked their careers into becoming lolcows.
Karens are a type of lolcows, right?
I mean, yeah, because you can bait them into responding. Yeah, Karens are in a way a type of lolcow. They're just typically a non-internet lolcow.
When you first told me about like this fascination of yours with this like word, I think I told you it sounds like just another like form of Schadenfreude, right? It just
kind of, because it's like when you see a bad accident on the highway, you can't help but not look.
That was dark.
Like you can't. You're gonna look. Because
yeah.
That went really
I was waiting
dark
for something
really
else for a
quickly.
different example, but nope.
I can't say I agree, but I know what you mean. Like it's something that you're just like, what the actual fuck, but then you can't tear your eyes away because it's just so fascinating. Because I've actually seen accidents and stuff on the highway. Super crazy shit.
But I wasn't actually going to talk about this until something that happened yesterday. So for reference, because I don't know exactly when this is going to come out, we're recording this on July 31st. Yesterday, we had the most disturbing shit I've ever heard of coming from probably the lolcow of all lolcows on the internet, Chris Chan. So for those who
We're going
don't
down
know,
the rabbit hole, right?
Yeah, well, speaking of down the rabbit hole, there is a great video by Frederick Knudsen in his Down the Rabbit Hole series about Chris Chan, which I highly recommend everybody watching if you want a crash course in it. There's also someone whose name escapes me currently who has done a 50-plus hour-long documentary on Chris Chan on YouTube.
I hate it.
That is still going.
It's still going. They're still coming out with new content, and it's because this guy, Chris, has been online, has been broadcasting his presence online for going on 20 years now. Yeah.
That's rough.
And, just when you first get into it, you kind of feel bad for laughing at this guy and making fun of him because he is someone who's on the autism spectrum. He has very little social awareness, as you would expect someone who's even mildly autistic to have. But deep down, he's a terrible person. And I want to clarify, I don't think the autism makes him a terrible person. It doesn't. I think that in spite of the autism, he would still be a terrible person. But you can definitely go look at it if you're really, really interested in what he's done, like a deep dive. There's plenty of stuff out there for him. Though the whole reason I wanted to bring this up
hold on. Before you go to why Chris Chan is even relevant again, right? You can't not talk about Sonichu. Come on, dude. We need to talk about Sonichu.
That is the big how he really
no.
got noticed in the first place, I guess. Like before that, he had been online as well, but a lot of people were just like, "Oh, that's sad because it's an autistic person who doesn't realize what they're doing is cringy." But no, the Sonichu stuff is like so. Sonichu is Sonic plus Pikachu, if that isn't made obviously clear.
It's a portmanteau, yes.
Yeah, by the name. And Chris himself started out, I won't say started out because he had stuff online before he started doing the Sonichu thing, but he fancies himself a comic book artist. And he really got noticed from these Sonichu comics that he was making online. I keep doing air quotes. No one can fucking see it. And he thinks that they're really good. And they're really not. Like, the story that is really shallow. It has a self-insert as the main character. He's utilizing, other franchises' characters to tell his story. It's not creative. He's basically just taking stuff from his real life and putting it in a fictional setting. Which, whatever. But it's really bad. And the fact that he fancies himself as this great comic book artist and he thinks the stories are great is kind of what makes it funny. Because again, he has no social awareness that the people who are pretending to like his stuff are only doing it because they're trying to milk a reaction out of him. But anyway, there's so much stuff that's happened over his life, as you can imagine, with a 50-hour-long documentary about one individual.
What? 50 hours?
Yeah, it's more than 50 hours long.
Girl.
All of these different videos put together.
Okay.
So what is this new development that
so
brought
the
it back
new
to
development
relevancy?
is I don't know the entire background about how this phone call came about. But I do know that it was a leaked phone call that was recorded and that he's talking to someone bragging, in fact, that he has essentially raped his elderly, dementia-ridden mother. And yes, I
hate it.
I
hate it.
Ooh. Listen.
Okay.
I don't even know where to go from that. It's like when I first saw that Chris Chan was trending on Twitter, I'm like, oh God, what happened now? And I thought, oh, maybe he poked the wrong bear and someone actually came
He
after him.
definitely poked something.
Yeah. Well,
Ugh.
I hate it.
I don't even know where you go from that. Like how, and the fact that the crazy thing is that he's such a piece of shit that he doesn't realize that what he's done is even wrong, and he thinks he's done his mother a favor.
Wait, so is there like any follow-up to this?
I'm hoping it's fake, to be honest, because, internet stuff. I'm really hoping this is a fake
Maybe,
thing.
but this is Chris Chan that we're talking about, right? If you know anything about it, like all the stuff that's happened to him or about him that sounded fake turns out to be fucking real.
Yeah, I know, and I hate it. I really want it to be fake.
I do too, but at the same time, knowing the person it is, I can see it happening, sadly.
It's really messed up.
But this is what I mean, like all of us admit that this is like creepy, cringy, criminal shit that's going on. Yet we can't. I can't look away. I mean, I'll need therapy after this.
I felt I was a better man before I heard that story, dude. Like, I don't know. I think I'm good with not following up on that.
Natai got one little taste of Chris Chan. He's like, nah, I'm good.
Because of this, like some therapist down the road is going to be very happy with all the money I'm going to give them.
It's the way before this podcast started, Nitai was criticizing me for liking the drama on frenemies, and now Alex is liking this on Twitter, and I'm like, girl, not even I like this kind of drama, honey. I can look away from this easy. This is not entertaining.
I can't see like a lot of people were introduced to Chris Chan somewhat recently. I've actually been following this since I was about 15 years old. Like I've known who Chris Chan was that long.
Get some help.
I'm 31 years old now.
Your fates are intertwined.
Girl, do you actually think this is entertaining drama? Because that is not what this is.
In a very cringy or I don't know, schadenfreudig way? Yeah, I do.
Honey, you need
Because it's
help.
not happening to me.
You need help, girl.
I don't deny this. I need help on many, many levels. But
Okay.
I don't
This is
know.
a
And
cry
it's
for
not
help.
it's not just Chris Chan. Like there are other locals that I've been following for a while too. There's I don't know if any of you guys know who DSP is.
Who?
Darkside Phil.
Actually, I don't. Who's that?
So he's one of the ones I know the least about, and it's one of the ones I've kind of gotten into probably the most recently. So Darkside Phil was back in the day a fighting game YouTuber. So he did things, like Street Fighter and such. And he was essentially a gaming YouTuber for a while. He had his own channel and everything. And then he moved to Twitch. And something he's always seems to struggle with is money. Like, he's someone who, for whatever reason, if you give him $1, it's gone within 5 seconds. And then he needs more. And he doesn't tend to treat his followers very well. He seems to milk them, and he doesn't really provide a whole lot of entertaining content. He spends most of his streams that he does just bitching about his life. I don't know why anyone would tune in to watch that, but whatever. He also has the most annoying laugh I've ever heard in my life.
It's like I get why you're sort of fascinated by it, because like the closest thing I guess that is sort of related to that is Wings of Freedom. Speaking of like down the rabbit hole, if you've seen the episode on Wings of Freedom, that also was like a.
You mean Wings of Redemption?
Wings of Redemption, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about him too because I'm so fascinated because there's new developments with that too because he just got kicked off of Twitch.
Wait, what did he do?
I don't know. Apparently,
Because that's
Twitch
also
said,
like a very.
Twitch said he violated Section D of his contract or Clause D or whatever,
I don't
but
know
it
what
doesn't
that
say what
means.
that is.
But that is also like a person who's sort of just kind of shitty, but isn't aware of himself being shitty to others, and has been pushing people away more and more, and
Yeah,
and people online are just like sort of like rewarding him for his shitty behavior, and it's like,
I don't know. I feel like a majority of his quote unquote fans are actually just trolls at this point.
I mean,
Like, I
I
I'm
enjoy
convinced
seeing
that
him sort of just break down. It's kind of it's really shitty.
I mean,
honestly.
if you watch the videos of him breaking down like back in 2017, 2018, like it's kind of sad because it's someone who's really made his own bed in life and he doesn't know how to sleep in it. Because so for those who don't know, Wings of Redemption is another person who started out in the YouTube sphere. He was a Call of Duty YouTuber back in the day. Back when, John probably remembers. Remember back when Call of Duty commentary was a thing?
Was everywhere.
Still big. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I mean, okay, but
Yeah.
you remember like it started a long time ago. Like that was one of the first big gaming trends on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's when he got started. Like that, it was that long ago. He started doing YouTube back when YouTube was still only about a year or two old. People were still kind of figuring out what to do with it. And he got picked up by Machinima. He worked for them for a while. And then it was shortly after he got dropped from Machinima that he kind of went over to Twitch and started streaming there. But the big thing was he was on a podcast called PK, Painkiller Already. And he had on the podcast one night, he had a 1v1 match with another
Syndicate.
Call of Duty streamer called Syndicate.
Yeah.
And he got absolutely massacred in this 1v1 after like 2 or 3 hours beforehand of him just completely treating Syndicate like a piece of shit and telling him how much better Wings telling him how much better he was at the game. He got absolutely trashed at it and then took it like a child. Broke his controller, started threatening people's lives that were on the podcast.
Because he's a fucking man-child, dude. And it's like the thing that gets me is people sort of rewarding that behavior, but like fucking watching him all the time, and it's I don't know.
But the thing with Wings is he's been given so many opportunities by other people in his life to make his own life better, and he's fucked up every single one of them in spectacular fashion.
Some people are just shitty, man.
Yeah.
He is like he'll give you 30,000 reasons why he's not, but it's like no, all these excuses you're giving are kind of proving the point that you're kind of shitty. The funniest thing is he banned subs on his Twitch,
What?
he did ban subs on his Twitch channel.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because he can't take it. First of all, he can't take a joke. Like he's someone that has absolutely no sense of humor. But like anytime he'll ban people for criticizing his gameplay.
Oh.
He'll ban people for.
I thought you meant he disabled subs. You mean he banned subscribers?
No, he bans
he
them
bans.
outright. But like even the slightest provocation, he starts banning people, and like what he wants his mods and himself to ban people for changes minute to minute.
Yeah.
So it's hard to interact in his channel anyway because you never know what he's gonna ban you for. Anyway, it's fun to watch, and like I feel like because I've kind of been keeping up with the new stuff with Wings of Redemption lately. I feel like we're about to get another like blow up thing like we did back in like 2017.
I don't know. I feel pretty good about not keeping up with shitty people.
Yeah.
Just for me, there's just a morbid fascination I have with it. I know they're not good people and I shouldn't follow them. But
I mean,
God,
I
is it fun to
understand,
watch them
like,
destroy their own like livelihood.
I have a morbid fascination with like serial killers and like criminals and stuff. Like I loved watching Jim Can't Swim videos about like look at all these shitty people that like murder their family and try to get away with it. I'm just like I just like watching this. I don't know what it is about these cases that I'm just like it's just interesting to me.
Anyway, I feel like if you guys want to keep talking about it, you can, but I feel like I've taken up way more than enough time.
Yeah, no, I honestly I didn't know why Chris Chan was trending. I'm very upset that you told me why, and I hate it. I wish I could bleach my brain. But I guess I'll go next, and I'll try to keep it short because we ate up a lot of time talking about just random stupid shit. But that's kind of what the WTFs are for. But
yeah.
Delivery apps and why we're terrible people. Listen, guys, delivery apps are terrible. If you use delivery apps, you're a terrible person.
Do you mean by delivery apps? Do you mean something like
Amazon?
DoorDash and
like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Deliveroo, like whatever your localized version of people who don't get paid enough to do this bullshit for you? And I get that because of Rona and stuff, they've grown in usage. Like, don't get me wrong, I've been using delivery apps for a long time now because I'm lazy. And I'll spend the extra cash, and holy shit, do I spend an extra amount of money. Like, I think I stopped for a month or two because DoorDash was like, hey, you could have saved $300 on your deliveries last month. And I was like, Jesus Christ, did I pay $300 to DoorDash just to use it? This is some bullshit.
What?
Yeah.
So how did this realization come about that they are terrible?
Well, they're always terrible, but I watched this video of this guy who was like, he's living in his car and he's talking about like the ins and outs of delivery services, but specifically DoorDash. And it's like, some people do deliveries for like, you know, it's a $4 drink, and they don't tip on it, so that guy is only making like a couple cents. It's costing him more in gas than it is anything to deliver you food.
I don't know what apps y'all use, but like to me, the apps that I use, if you like are under a certain amount of money, like you pay extra, and if you're over, like you get free delivery. Like who orders a single like $5 thing? Whenever I order, it's like a full meal or like multiple.
a lot
meals.
of people.
So the problem is there's a lot of people that order like $5 and under stuff.
Girl.
Yeah, I know. Laziness.
But there's like a lot of Starbucks locations started doing like Uber Eats and DoorDash and stuff, and like people would just get a coffee delivered.
But like,
to them.
what is the point? You're paying for delivery. Like you're literally paying double the price for your small little coffee. Like, what is the point?
Yes. So I understand what you're saying, but that's kind of how people are. Like, over here, a lot of people get bubble tea. Bubble tea is like $3 or $4, and they'll order just that, you know. And it's usually teenagers and stuff, and you know they don't have money, but they're using these apps because it's like, oh well, you know, everyone's using these apps, and we're all just terrible people because we use it because it's an exploitation of workers. And I try to tip as much as possible.
Wait, so what you're saying is they're ordering like just like one item or whatever that's super cheap, and they don't tip the fucking delivery guy?
Yeah, it's
Honey,
super
are the
fucked up.
apps to blame, or are these literal losers that buy
No, it's the people who don't tip.
Well, no, in general, I would say it's the whole system. Like, so this guy posted a video, he's living in his car, and he's just like, man, you guys are killing us. Like, you guys are only doing like $4 or $5 deliveries and not even tipping. Like, this is some bullshit. And I'm just like, and everyone was flaming him in the comments. They're like, oh, get a fucking real job then. I'm like, dude, this is a real job. Like, what the fuck is wrong?
What's wrong with you?
And it's super shitty. And overall, I feel like because of the delivery apps and people taking it up as side cash, like there's another thread I read about this where a guy was like, yeah, so what he does is he goes around and travels the U.S., goes to different states, and he picks up side jobs. So what he decided to do for 2 weeks while he was in this city, he was going to do DoorDash. And he just like broke down how it went and like what areas gave him the most money, what areas didn't, and how to like actually make good cash. And basically they have a rating system too, just like Uber does for and Lyft for drivers. Delivery drivers have a rating system where if they fuck up your order or they take too long or you just rate them poorly because of whatever fucking reason you have, they don't get priority, for stuff, so they could make less money. Ooh. So for people who are like starting out, they're obviously not priority, so it's hard for them to make cash because the people who've been doing it longer and the people who are like, obviously going really fast and probably running lights and stuff, they're priority dashers. Like whenever someone fucks up an order and someone reorders it, they give it to priority dashers to do. That's happened a couple times to me and my girlfriend, and it's just like it's a pretty, I don't know. I don't like the system. I don't like how the fact that they're not being paid enough. Obviously, like, and DoorDash and Uber Eats, they're not making a lot of cash on these either. Like they're charging you $3 or $4 for a delivery fee, and then they're charging an extra like $3 or $4 for like just for them. So you're paying already $8 towards that, and then you're gonna tip, and it's gonna be like 12, 13-ish bucks. It's just go pick up your own food, guys. Just just do it. Just trust me. Like, I think we need to abandon delivery apps altogether. Like, I understand it has a purpose. Like, for people who can't leave their house. Yeah, like, first of all, if you're gonna order from delivery apps, make sure you can afford to tip. And
if you're not gonna tip, just go pick up the food yourself.
Yeah, if you're not gonna tip, or you're just gonna get like one item, unless you are physically unable to go get this shit, like you should probably just do it yourself.
But even even if you only like need one item, like it's just more economical to just buy a whole bunch and like eat it later. Why would you ever just buy one item? It just doesn't make sense.
Because people are lazy and people want
for their own economical interest. It's more like efficient if you buy more on the app. So
like I said,
like for your own
my
good.
Example, it's like for like my younger siblings, they don't have a car or whatnot. They can't get to that place. They want like bubble tea or they want a coffee. It's like you only can order so much of something from there. Like, how are you gonna order a whole fucking lunch and dinner set from Starbucks?
I don't know what bubble tea sells, but do they sell like what do you call those things? Donuts or something? Get a pack of donuts, honey.
Most bubble tea places are bakeries, so you can get like sandwiches and
get
stuff.
A pack of muffins.
Like,
I love muffins.
I get what you're saying, but again, it's really the convenience that people are using it, and it just makes me feel terrible when I use it. That's why I try to tip, because God, man, this just sucks. And I hate how it perpetuates and just constantly creates more situations where the drivers are working their asses off, they're not getting paid enough, and people are just using this service. And it just, overall, I hate it.
Like, I know that Uber drivers can choose to, like, not take a request. I don't know if delivery app drivers can do that. But maybe if they were able to 100%. Do that, that would be better.
Yeah, so a delivery driver, at least, so everything that I know is about DoorDash, because that's just the videos that I've seen, the posts that I've read from people doing it. I only know about DoorDash, and you can reject, obviously, like, hey, someone wants you to go pick up this item that's 30 minutes away and it's only $5, you can say, fuck that, and you can just leave that area. You 100% can do that. And that's why sometimes, like, there'll be, when you look at your delivery app stuff, it'll be like, instead of a 20-minute delivery window, it hikes up to like 80 or 90 because there's not enough drivers in the area. So they need to get people to drive to that area. But I don't know. I just feel like we need to stop using it. I need to stop using it, honestly speaking. Because I worked overtime, I had a bunch of extra money, and I've just been ordering food like all week, and I'm just like, God damn it, I'm falling into it again. Where my laziness is like, fuck it, I'll spend the extra $15. I can afford this. And it's just, I forget a lot about what I'm helping perpetuate. And that's really the terrible thing that we need to think about.
And that's something else, because I don't know if this is an American thing or not, but there's a lot of people that I've met who are more than willing to pay extra money for extra convenience.
Oh yeah, I do it.
I mean, it's the same here. A lot of my friends would use like some of our delivery services here just to like, instead of going to the restaurant to pick up the food, if they're ordering for like a few friends, they'd rather like order it to their homes. And
yeah, that's what we did when I was working in an office, when that was still a thing. What we would do for lunchtime sometimes is if one person wanted to get something, like on Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever, they would just go around and ask if anyone else wanted something from the same place, and normally they'd end up getting at least $150, $200 worth of food.
That's what we do in my place as well. Sometimes we order together foods from somewhere, and then it's like one big delivery.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then the driver would get a big like $35 tip.
Yeah.
That's how normal people do it.
I understand. You guys are min-maxing it, and that's honestly what you should do. You should order as much as you can. But I'm still saying, because of the delivery apps, we're perpetuating a very exploitative service, and we need to stop and think about it for a second before we consider, like the whole, I don't care, I don't have money, it only costs $4, why should I tip? Shit like that. Like,
no, that's just garbage behavior.
You did bring up a group of people that this probably benefits a lot, though, and that's people who are maybe physically disabled and can't leave their house.
But even then, that doesn't justify just buying one drink, girl.
Oh, true.
But like,
and not tipping.
Yeah, like, I feel like your proposition of just not using the apps would be worse for these drivers, because then they would have literally no job. I just think you should just tip and order a lot, and probably for the best would be
see, again, because I'm saying I don't want to perpetuate this exploitative system anymore. Like, as much as I love the convenience and I get that it's giving people jobs, it's not giving them a good quality of life because of how much they are earning based on their performance. Like, they're not getting medical coverage. They're not being treated as like full-time workers, and the companies are just trash.
How will boycotting it help?
Easy. We as the workers need to rise up and seize the means.
Actually, if you want it both ways, the solution I would propose is, instead of having these apps like Uber Eats or whatever, Instacart, DoorDash, how about just having all these companies that you're getting stuff from actually have delivery drivers on staff?
No.
You mean like Domino's? Like every other fucking pizza place? It's because, and even then, like restaurants are being shorted by these delivery companies because of the fees that they gouge them on. It's like, hey, if you want to use this service, we're going to take like 15% of your sales. So they're not only gouging you as a user, consumer, they're gouging the businesses, okay? Like, just overall, we're perpetuating something super shitty, and everyone needs to stop.
I think that the best solution would be for the government to regulate the delivery apps, because I think the concept of delivery apps is extremely, like, beneficial to society in general. But it's a new thing, so it's really unregulated, and they're taking advantage of that.
And how I feel about government regulation aside, like...
But, like, every other job is regulated. What do you mean? Like, there's minimum wage, there's all these regulations. Just fair regulations.
I have a distinct feeling that if that were to actually happen, they would be classified as tipped workers, and then they wouldn't have to be paid minimum wage.
Yeah, that's also...
Yeah,
which
in America,
speaks to a larger problem,
fucked.
Because a lot of this that you're talking about is revolving around tips. How about we don't have a fucking tip culture in America and actually pay people what they're fucking owed?
Yeah,
it's the same here in Israel as well.
This fucking practice that started off from the Great Depression because people couldn't make ends meet, and then, shitty people took advantage of that, and they prey on, I always tip because I feel bad, and again, it's perpetuating something way worse, and we're not really solving the root of the thing. There's a whole and this is why I brought it up, because this is just super shitty, man.
It is. I mean, it's not a great situation, especially for the people that are trapped by it.
All right. Well, speaking of other shitty things, I need to move on, because I said I wasn't going to talk about this for very long, but I did anyway, because it's kind of my main subject. But Halo Infinite Alpha came out. I'm not sure if anyone else got to play it. It was
I saw
pretty
Charlie
bad.
play it.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
Charlie play it too. This alpha build is like 3 builds behind, like current build, so it was super janky. Like it seems super fluid, but there was a bunch of problems with it and a bunch of launch problems. And honestly, in my opinion, it just does not bode very well for the holiday release that Halo Infinite is slated for. I like Halo, right? I like the Halo franchise. I want Infinite to be good, but the alpha does not inspire very much hope for me.
Can it be worse than 5?
Definitely not.
Okay.
I'd argue I liked 5's combat system mainly because I like Call of Duty, so I didn't have too much of a problem with it compared to like everyone else in the world. With
I love the gunplay in Halo 5. My biggest issue was the story sucks.
Oh yeah, the whole emo Spartan versus Spartan thing. I thought the Spartan versus Spartan thing could have been interesting, but it ended up being
The
super
problem
boring.
is that Locke is such a like fucking shitty character. He's so badly
Yeah.
developed.
We got a good trailer out of it at least.
Okay, there was a
played
good
Locke?
trailer. I'll give you
Was
that.
it Idris Elba? I don't think it was Idris Elba, right?
No. Just because he's black doesn't mean it's Idris Elba.
Wow.
Wow, dude. I didn't even think. I can't remember who played Locke. That's why. But it's not Keith David.
Was
I
it,
would have recognized
like,
the voice.
from
No,
the
Keith
little
David
I've
is the
seen-
Arbiter.
Here's my
Yeah,
question
he's
for the
Arbiter.
little I've seen of the gameplay of the alpha. Is it like compared to other Halo multiplayer that you guys have played, was anything really impressing you? Because again, I don't play much Halo, but what I've seen, it doesn't look really. It just looks kind of bland. There was nothing really that popped out to me as like interesting
Okay.
about the multiplayer.
So one of the things is that there were not a lot of weapons, not a lot of upgrades. Like it's not fully released, and that's another thing I had to complain. This alpha itself was a failure of a launch because again, it's a build that's 3 builds behind. Like they're way past this. They didn't release enough of the game for us to even test anything really out. And overall, I don't know what the point was. Like, this was not a technical stress test. This was not to see if people's games, like, I don't know what the fuck was the reason for this alpha build. Like, I don't get it.
Did they
Most
even
of the
include
time,
the fucking grappling hook that they marketed so much, right?
well, it was on the map, but you couldn't pick it up. It was stupid. But anyway, point is, I don't understand why this alpha came out. There was no specific reason that I could think of. Maybe like server stress testing because it took forever to fucking get into a game, and there was a shit ton
I
of
feel like
bugs,
that's a
but-
big part of the reason why they launched it when they did, even though, like you say, it was still full of like issues, is they wanted to test their servers.
I mean, Halo's big, and since it's coming to PC, I guarantee you we're gonna hit like 500,000 players online right when it launches. So be ready.
I like how you
Microsoft.
think enough people are going to actually be able to get in the first day.
Well, no, like that's my point. I don't think anyone's gonna be able to fucking play first day. Just like Call of Duty Modern Warfare when it came out, multiplayer was down for the first like day or two. It was hard to get online because too many people are playing. There's
Or
a bunch
just
of
like
bugs.
Fallout 76.
We don't talk about that. But I just
Could-
wanted to gripe
could the
about
launch be will the launch be that bad?
maybe.
Honestly, the most interesting thing about Infinite to me is probably like learning more about the development, because holy shit, so many people came and went in this development cycle. Like, I'm really interested to see like what happened, because not something good, obviously. Like
Yeah.
from what we've seen so far.
I'm for me personally, I couldn't care less about the multiplayer. I'm way more interested in the story. I just want the story to be better than 5. That's all I want.
Yeah, I'm hoping the story is better as well, but
Oh, I will say one thing I did like that I saw was how the new gravity hammer works. I like the way it works. That there's actually like a wave of damage that goes out like in front of you for a short distance, instead of like all being confined to a certain space where you actually hit the gravity hammer down.
so I'd argue that there was always that little concussion field in front of the grav hammer. It's always had that range, but
Yeah, but it
didn't
goes
have
that
to-
much further now, it seems like.
I think it was just more of a you just didn't see it. I don't know. That's how I felt. But I just want to talk about the alpha because it was bad. And then I want to kind of talk about Amazon's new terrible game as well. Oh, God. I'm not sure if anyone else knows, but I love video games. I like playing video
Really?
games.
I couldn't tell.
Video games are
man.
good.
In fact, I'm studying to be a game developer myself.
Oh my
Check that out in a couple years.
I'm something of a game developer myself.
Yeah, but so Amazon released a new game. Amazon, if you guys didn't know, has made a foray into video game development.
Jeff Bezos had a 4-way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Papa Bezos, save us all. But so Amazon Video Game Studio, or whatever their fucking name is, they released a new game, actually called like New World, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
A new game called New World. And it's like
Did it get canceled after 2 weeks?
No, not like the Lord of the Rings one.
Just making sure.
If no one else knows, Lord of the Rings MMO was planned by Amazon Studios and it never came out because it got canceled.
It's like
but
the third games they developed that was canceled after a short while.
yeah, and I don't know any of their other games that they made. I've never played them, but they have like maybe 6 or 7 other games that they've developed. So their new one is called New World, and boy was it terrible. So they didn't even launch it yet, right? They had the beta out, and there was a problem with the fucking game. That
What type of game is it?
It's an MMORPG.
Okay.
You just think like WoW and stuff like that. So there was a problem with how the coding worked or something that made that when you were in the menu for this video game, it uncapped your FPS and it burned out a bunch of people's video cards, specifically
Oh my god.
the GTX 3090s. So
Oh
if no
my
one else
God.
knows,
Ooh.
MSRP for the 3090s are like $1,300 if you can get it for MSRP. Most of them are selling for like $1,700, $2,000 because of scalpers and there's a chip shortage and shit. So I was gonna play this game because I was like, I like MMOs and you know whatnot. I have Amazon, so I'll try to check it out. And then like the next day when I was about to download it, I saw all the news about like, yeah, be careful about playing this game because your cards might fucking burn out. And I was like, what?
And you're just like, nope, not for me.
And fortunately, I think it was EVGA. They were RMAing people's cards for them. So they were replacing people's cards that melted because of this fiasco. And damn, what a terrible fucking launch. And it wasn't even a launch. It was a fucking beta, dude. A fucking beta weekend. And you imagine that you're playing a video game, beta weekend, and it melts your fucking graphics card that you've waited months and months to get because of this fucking scalper and chip shortage. Like, holy fuck.
Like, this has ruined my entire weekend.
So I think the actual release is August 31st, and me and my friends on my personal Discord server are planning to like play in it. So it actually looks
Ooh.
pretty bad, I'll admit, but I'm thirsty for an MMO, so we gonna try it out.
Why not just play fucking Final Fantasy 14?
No, but I
heard
love
that's good.
I love the culture about surrounding when a new MMO gets released. It's just so much fun. I find like all the other MMOs have been around for like 100,000 years, and I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, outdated and this and
I don't
that.
get
But
it.
I get Show's point, like trying it because you don't know if that new MMO is gonna be hot shit or it's gonna be just.
But also, like with the old like when you start playing a new MMO, everybody's on the same like level. If you start playing the old MMOs, there's people that have like a bajillion hours in it. They have like all the best equipment. They have all the shit, and I'm like,
Yeah, everyone's
Yeah,
at
but
level
who cares
1
about
on
them?
launch
You
day.
play with friends who haven't played it yet.
no, but it's
Play
more
together.
fun when like you're all like in a similar situation. All of the like newer areas are more populated. You know, everybody's trying to grind the same way. It's just a more fun culture.
I guess.
Yeah, without like a guide of like this is what you need to do. These are the storylines you need to do.
Yeah, you're all
and
figuring it out together. Exactly.
I think that's pretty fun too. But based on the like, I was watching streamers play the game and stuff. I was not very impressed with this MMO. Like, to be honest, I'd rather play Black Desert or fucking even
Oh, I remember Black Desert.
Black Desert Online is still a good video game. I like the combat quite a lot. I really don't like how there's no raid system, but I mean they have field bosses, so I guess it's kind of a raid system. But
So
in terms of like
Mhm.
appearance for combat skills and stuff, I think Black Desert Online is fucking phenomenal. And Pearl Abyss, I believe they bought back their rights. It's not being released by whatever company was releasing it before. So I think they're independent again, which is a good thing because the last company was like super terrible. But what's the other fucking one I was thinking about that I liked playing for the combat, but it was more
Dragon's
pay to win?
Nest.
No, not fucking Dragon's Nest. I played that on launch though. I've played a lot of MMOs. I'm trying to fucking remember. Blade and Soul. I really liked Blade and Soul. Specifically playing the Kung Fu Master, but I think Black Desert Online is a better like alternative to New World, to be honest. Just because the combat itself seems super lackluster in comparison. Like I'd rather play Terra, and I don't even know if Terra is still online, to be honest.
Ooh, is Terra still online? Let me Google that.
I don't know. I fucking remember when Aeon came out and everyone's like, "Oh, it's the WoW killer. It's so beautiful." And I
Jamie,
played
look
Aeon.
that up.
Jamie, can you look that up?
Not that.
Pull that up.
I definitely don't think New World is going to be the WoW killer. I think it has a lot of problems. But honestly, we haven't had a big MMO release in a long time, so I will be playing it. The biggest problems it has is that, like, I think a month ago, it was supposed to be a PvP focused game where it was going to be open world PvP, everyone killing each other. And like all of the functions were PvP focused. And then when they had testers test it out, everybody hated that because it was like shit and toxic and bullshit. So they like totally reworked it to be more PvE focused. And for like having a month to change your game from PvP to PvE, obviously they don't have like enough content. They don't have bosses. They don't have, well, they do have bosses, but they don't have enough of it. They don't have enough PvE content. It's very bare bones, which is not great when it's an MMO with PvE focus. So that's one issue. And the other issue is that there's no class system. Like you just load in and you choose your weapon and you choose your stats, and that decides how many skills you have. You have like 3 skills you can use per weapon. You can equip 2 weapons. So it's like limited skills, not a complicated class system. I think it's more geared toward casuals and not towards like min-maxers who want to like super customize your character, which is not what I want.
Disagree, because it has the whole RuneScape system where you have to fucking min-max the skills by using those skills.
What do you mean? RuneScape was super casual focused, not a lot of skills.
I mean, yeah, no, 100%.
It is very much
Holy
like
shit,
RuneScape
Terra is
for
still
sure,
being
but
played
that's
today.
a casual game.
Yeah.
And that's not what I would personally look for.
See, and that's why I don't get, if they were going to be casual and have like this RuneScape-esque system, how are they going to release it as a PvP? Like this, to me, this game, I just wanted to try it out because it was new, and to be honest, it's the only attraction I have towards this game. I think everything else about it I don't like. Like again, the combat system, I'd rather play Final Fantasy 14 as a monk or something, because that's a lot more interesting to me than this combat system that's RuneScape.
Yeah, no, for sure.
What you're saying is there's lots of red flags with this game.
100%. But I'll still be playing it because it's big and a lot of people will be playing it, so I'm going to be in there.
Listen, the first red flag was that it was developed by Amazon.
By
Not
Amazon.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that.
Wait, what if
Exactly.
one of the bosses is just Jeff Bezos?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that's all I got.
Oh, also, I hate that it's not tab targeted. I hate that.
Is it not?
No.
Is it just free camera?
Yes.
Oh.
I hate it here.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
rough,
try
buddy.
it out when it comes out for free.
Not this. not like 2 years later.
So
the
are
free
we
trial comes
placing
out.
bets how long till it goes free to play?
Considering that Amazon owns it, I don't think it's ever going to go free to play, to be honest.
I forget. I don't think it's a one-time pay. It's not a It's not a subscription based, and
No, it's just a $40 game.
yeah, it's not pay to win either. That you don't pay for like in-game stuff.
So are they making their money like microtransactions?
No, there's no microtransactions. So it's just one time.
So how are they gonna make? It's an MMO. How are they gonna make their money?
What do you mean? There's-
Because you pay up front for it.
yeah, like any other game.
It's a $40 game, dude.
No,
That's-
but you're saying it's an MMO, right?
Guild Wars 2 has the same thing
Well-
where it's a one-time payment and you don't subscribe. There's no subscription. There's no microtransaction.
Oh yeah.
Like, you can-
Actually, I forgot
Think about it
Guild
like
Wars
this,
2, that's
Natai.
right.
It's the 90s and you want to play a video game. That's how they make money.
Black Desert
forgot
Online
how
is the
that
same
felt.
way. You pay like, I think the base game is like $20, but you usually can catch it on sale for like 10 or $12. But it's the same way. You just pay one time and you own the game, and
Oh
you just
really?
play the game. Yeah.
Actually, didn't know
God,
that.
imagine buying software and then owning it. Wow, what a concept.
Can you blame me for being so suspicious of it, though?
I don't think WoW needs anyone to kill WoW. I think WoW is killing itself.
Not
I mean,
Yeah.
Hey, it's either WoW killing itself or Blizzard killed themselves with all these sexual allegations. Right?
Oh god.
You wanna get into that?
You either die the
I don't
hero
wanna
or
get
live
into
long enough to
anything.
become the villain.
I don't know enough about the situation other than the fact that Blizzard is and has always been a shitty company, or not Blizzard, Activision Blizzard. No, we're not getting into it. We've gone too far.
Up to
Natai,
you.
go.
I can get into it very shortly.
Oh my god. Well, it's your. You know what, Natai, you have the floor. You do whatever you want, buddy.
Okay, let's try and summarize this shit. Blizzard is fucking shitty, and they've been like that again for years. And just in the past week or so, came out an article about how for the past 2 years Blizzard was under investigations about the work space in general that they've been handling. Basically, it seems that a lot of senior workers would basically not work, would play video games, and let the younger workers just, actually do their job, and whether it be like fix shit in WoW or develop stuff. And what these assholes would do would go on they would call it cubic crawl. They would get drunk. Would get drunk and go between like different, all like go all over the office and just fucking harass specifically female workers, and whether it be just suggesting like sexual acts, sexual favors, and even joking about raping some of the female developers.
And they would physically grope the women during these cube crawls.
Yeah,
and like this is like I'll try and find the link to the article because it's nuts. It's like one of the things that caught my eye is apparently like when they were on vacation, one of the female developers committed suicide because her nude photos were being shared around some of the guys in the office. Something crazy.
Yeah, so what happened, the reason why this story was even making big waves is because this recently happened where there was a female developer who was in a relationship with her supervisor. Yeah. And then the supervisor, he decided to leak her photos to the office, and she was just getting harassed by it like left and right. And that's why she decided to kill herself. And it's just...
Let's not forget, it's the same Blizzard that fucking laid off more than 100 developers one day, right before the end of the fiscal year, just so fucking their CEOs could get an extra bonus on their check. Like, Activision Blizzard is just like a fucking pool of feces. I hate it.
Yeah, Blizzard has always been kind of a shitty company. Not always been, kind of. It's always been a shitty company. As much as I love, like, StarCraft, I love the series StarCraft 1, 2, and 2. But, man, I really don't like Blizzard as a company. They're just, as you would assume with, like, most giant corporations, they've gotten too big, and there's just people with too much, of an industry attitude problem. Like, I get it. This industry has been dominated by males for a long time. A lot of these developers are socially awkward guys, but I don't know. There are certain ways you need to conduct yourself in public.
And fucking defending it as like frat boy culture is so fucking shitty. It's like,
well, I don't think it's too much to ask to not grope your female coworkers. I mean, that's not a big ask.
Yeah, like Blizzard kind of needs to, I don't know.
Maybe get rid of their entire executive board? Yeah, I agree.
Well, the problem is it's not just the executive board, dude.
Yeah, it's
senior
the entire
developers.
The buck stops with them, though. They had to know this stuff was going on.
Oh, 100% they knew this stuff was going on. They have ass loads of lawyers and money to try to sweep it under the rug, but, a lot of workers are finally standing up and being like, no, we're not going to be silenced, and you know what? They're probably all going to get laid off at the end of the year, but fuck it. Let
Activision Blizzard,
let Blizzard fucking collapse in on itself. Like
that's a nice Freudian slip you had there.
Listen, because I have a very big problem with mega corporations, and that is a rant for another time, but brothers and sisters, we need to seize the
Oh,
means
dear.
of production.
Oh Lord. Okay, Amelia.
Yeah, fuck Activision Blizzard. Honestly, fuck them. It's
Yeah.
just terrible.
No, but
Agreed.
seriously, yeah, fuck mega corporations and I hate
it's like the
everything
same
about
thing.
it.
Like I won't go into it any further, but like the same thing also happens at Ubisoft right now. It's like all these big companies that you just start hearing about all this shit that's going on. It's like what the like, man, being a game developer sucks ass. If this is the workplace you work
I
in.
would say being a game developer for big companies
For big
would suck
companies.
ass. Yeah, like we've all heard about the slave wages or the slave driving at CD Projekt Red, like
Yeah.
not being paid overtime, having to work 80 hours a week, stuff like that.
It's nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super crazy. So Natai, how was your vacation?
Yeah, Natai, how was your vacation?
Oh, it was great. It was fucking awesome. It's what we did. Me and my mates. We drove down to Eilat, which is the southernmost city in Israel, and we just had a good time. We went to the beach. We ate a lot of food. We went to this one place which is like it's a eat all as you can buffet, right?
All you can
Yeah.
eat.
All you can eat buffet, and it's just meat everywhere. How it works is you pay, and then you're sort of added to this rotation. What I mean by that, so a waiter will come around, he'll have this fucking piece of meat on a steak. Like, would you like to eat this? Like, would you like me to cut you like some slices? It's like, yeah, sure. He cuts you a bit of the meat, then he moves on to the next table that is in that rotation. It's fucking amazing. We've sat in that restaurant for an hour, and it was an hour straight of just eating meat, all types of meat.
Like a man.
And by the end of it, I felt I was full. I was like a penguin, just waddling left to right. But it was a really good time.
Kaiki
I
would be
went
so
to-
proud of you.
I went to a Brazilian steakhouse that was the exact same way. Like,
Yeah, it is a Brazilian themed restaurant. It's called Casa de
oh
Brasil.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's like Brazilian steakhouse where they charge you an ass load.
yeah.
Like,
But it's
it was
so
like-
worth it.
Yeah. So I actually recently experienced that, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
And man, the waiters were amazing. They were just like, and it's a really great place. I had a lot of fun. But yeah, aside from that, as I said, we went to the beach, we relaxed, went shopping, got myself some Switch games finally to play. And we played a lot of board games, a lot of board games. That was a lot of fun. Really chill, really needed that. Would highly recommend.
Vacation. Yeah, I would highly recommend every so often going on vacation.
Yeah, it's you just need to, for your soul, you just need to relax a bit. Yeah, I had a great time. But also, a thing I would like to touch on real quick, because holy shit, it finally happened. They finally released a fucking anime film in Israel. Finally, after all these years of bitching,
In
they
Israeli
finally did.
theaters.
In theaters, yes. So they released the Demon Slayer movie here in Israel in theaters, which
Mugen Train?
Mugen Train, motherfucking Mugen Train.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so me and my buddies, we went to theaters to see it, and it was amazing. It was everything I wanted to be. And actually, like a month ago, on a whim, I started Demon Slayer finally. And like when I was around episode 15 or so, then the news broke that they're bringing it to Israel theaters. And I was super hyped. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, I mean, it would have been kind of depressing if the most successful anime movie of all time wouldn't have made it to Israel theaters.
That's
but,
why I told you. I told you, like, if you guys don't get this movie, you're never getting any anime movies.
But yeah, I feel so I don't know, I feel so happy that after all this time of just bitching about it on the podcast, I finally can say, yes, I went to the theater to see an anime on the big screen, and it was incredible. It's
And it was a good
wonderful
movie.
time. What?
Shit, man. I live in America and I still haven't done that.
Dude, it's so much fun, like with the fucking incredible speakers and the big ass screen, especially for Mugen Train, which is just a really fun movie in general. Like experiencing that in that sort of space was a lot of fun. I had a great time. I'm just super happy that it actually happened.
I'm happy for you.
Thank
Maybe it'll
you.
happen again.
Who knows? Maybe that Jujutsu Kaisen movie you guys are working on is gonna come out as well here. I know. like,
Hey, Japan animators, call me.
please.
I'll let you know. Israel
Please.
is very, very interested in your anime.
Hey, it's like, from what I've seen, a shit ton of tickets were sold for Demon Slayer. Hey, why not? We want to see this shit, please. But yeah, I had a great time.
Oh, that's good,
I'm
man.
happy for you.
It makes me think about how like I forget that the rest of the world exists sometimes.
Thanks.
Typical American.
Yeah.
As a typical
America!
American, I forget that other places exist in the world and they don't get stuff as fast as America does, like game releases, anime releases. It's just like it's weird to me to like, because I know that like for example, Australia, they normally get like video games a month later compared to everyone else in the world for whatever reason, even though they're right there next to Japan. By the way,
Well, actually, with Demon Slayer, they ended up getting Demon Slayer before anyone else outside of Japan. Well, I think South Korea got it before them, but
oh, that's cool. But I was just talking about just for video games, I know that they get it last, which is like
well, I mean, they have a government that censors everything, even vaguely referential to anything that might be non.
I mean, here in Israel,
PC.
we didn't get Wolfenstein for obvious reasons, so I guess it is what it is.
Yeah, I can't imagine what those reasons would be.
wait, what? It's about punching Nazis. How?
Yeah,
why
but
wouldn't
no,
you
they
get it?
won't. If you like, if I look up on Steam, Wolfenstein won't find any of the games.
That's so weird. It's about punching Nazis.
Yeah, I
You
don't
would
get
think that you would think that would be your number one market to release.
I honestly don't get it. It's stupid. That's what it is.
I mean, it's also in the fictional universe in a
Dude,
fucking game
so
where there's
a question
mechs.
for stuff that gets released, like fictional stuff, like movies and TV shows and whatever that gets released in Israel. Do they ever edit out Nazi imagery? For
No,
Israeli
they don't.
releases?
Actually, like as far as I know, we don't edit out or censor stuff like in films or TV shows that come from different countries.
Because I know that recently something that happened. There was an anime called Tokyo Revengers, which is apparently good. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet, but there's a scene in it that has a manji in it, which is the Buddhist swastika. I think it's Buddhist.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Shinto. I don't know. But anyway, in the English release, it was edited out. That symbol was edited out
Oh, really?
because it's a swastika. It's
a
what
swastika,
it is.
yeah.
First of all, this has been around for thousands of years, and it is a symbol of eternity. Okay, the Nazis stole it from Buddhism.
I get what it is, and I completely agree with you. It's people who are trying to make a bigger deal out of it than it is.
Well, no,
Again,
think
people
it's still a
looking for
big
stuff
deal,
to be
but-
offended about. What can I say?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. People care about money. That's why we
Yeah.
bend over backwards to release everything in freaking China. Looking at you, Disney.
One of my favorite examples of fucking censorship for China is the fucking Black Panther poster, where you know
take
on
out
the
all the black people.
so you have the Black Panther poster where it's just fucking Chadwick Boseman, you know, without the mask, but then in China they Photoshop this really shitty Photoshop of him with a mask on. It's so bad. It looks so cheap.
It's like you can take him out of the poster, but you know he's in the movie, right? And he's got his helmet off in the movie.
Yeah, but they didn't want like people to know that it's a movie about black people.
Oh, they didn't want the people to know that black people exist. I get it.
See, you joke, but when you go to China, there are people who don't believe black people exist.
Not
Like
that.
that is not a joke. They will go up to black people and touch their hair and like try to rub their skin off because they think it's paint. I am not kidding.
Wait, for
Go
real?
to any Asian country. Go to any fucking Asian country. There's a lot of backwards like people, not backwards. There's a lot of backwater people who've just they've heard of like other people who aren't Asian, but they just stare in disbelief. Like even white people in Japan, it's the same thing where a white person with like red hair, they see white people with brown hair, with blonde hair, but they rarely see white people with red hair, so they'll stare at them and be like, "Wow, is that real hair? Did they dye it?" Like they do that. And it's just a thing because Asian people are not used to seeing other people at all.
So what we're saying is Asians are pretty racist.
Oh no, 100% Asians are hella racist. I would argue Asians are the most racist.
I would argue that too, honestly.
Hey, I'm Asian. I can say that. You can't say that shit.
Yeah,
man.
like,
White.
it doesn't work like that.
No, that's a different fucking topic to talk about. But man, we should get the show.
I hate it.
Yeah, we should get to show. We're almost an hour. We're
Yeah,
over
we've
an
been
hour and
ranting for a
15
while
minutes into
now.
this.
Okay. Well,
Do you want to talk
Oh,
about
here
how
we
you're
go.
a fucking slut,
as I'm
a
sure
whore, a traitor?
the viewers know, our
Yikes.
podcast D&D group has been on hiatus because our DM's laptop broke. And all I can say are the wise words by ancient philosopher Ariana Grande. Thank you. Next. So as soon as
Can I go?
as soon as the DM's laptop broke,
Tune in next week to find out who gets killed off the podcast.
I was like, well, I'm done. Bye. I went on Reddit. We went looking for more D&D groups, found a group, joined a group, and now I'm in another group. And all I can say is thank you next. No, obviously I'll be back on the podcast D&D when it comes back on August 21st, which you can watch us stream on twitch.tv/Anime Club After Dark. Hit us up. It's a great time.
It's worth mentioning that this episode might actually be out after that, but
No, I'll edit this right after today. We're throwing it up tomorrow, man.
Girl. Okay,
tomorrow's Sunday.
anyways,
Tomorrow. Special episode.
not this. So my new group, the main appeal or whatever premise of it is that it's supposed to have like deadly combats, which I like because I am a big min-maxer and I like to make very powerful characters. So I was upfront to the DM that I am a min-maxer and I like combat. And he's like, okay, great, let's join. I'm like, woo! And so then I was talking to the other players and one of the players was going to play a wizard. And I was like, oh my God, I love wizards. And we were like having a great time talking about it. And then when the first session starts and we're all in the voice chat hanging out, we're like an hour into the session. And I'm like, wait a second. The wizard isn't here. I just realized that none of these names are the wizard. And then I realized that the wizard got kicked out. I'm like,
Oh,
What?
shit.
not this. Not this. It was so awkward.
Oh, no, not this again.
It was so awkward. I don't know what happened. He just got secretly kicked out. And I was like, oh God.
That's
oh,
what
dear.
happens when you look for D&D groups on Reddit.
Yeah.
No, like every single group show seems to go into it always ends up in some type of like stupid bullshit drama.
Oh my God. But I live for the drama. What would I have to talk about if there's no
God.
drama?
There seems to be a common denominator with all that drama. I wonder what it is.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely a drama magnet, honey. Me? I love to complain about the drama because I love the drama.
I hate it. I hate it.
Anyways, besides that, it's a great group, having fun. The combats are super fun. I am playing a sassy dark elf Gloomstalker Ranger. I'm the evil black elf, as I've complained about before, that black elves are evil, but that's me. And we love it. I just like skulk around and sass people. It's a great time. What's interesting is that even though this campaign was supposed to be like deadly combats, like it was only me and one other person who like are like power gamers. And then the two other people are just casuals. And then the last person, I think they're new to the game. So I'm like, okay, sure. Not what I expected. Not what I was looking forward to. But it's fine. I'm having a good time. It's all good.
So playing with them is like playing with us. Or, well, like playing with me.
Yeah, they don't know what their abilities do. And I'm like, okay. And the DM's like, would you like... Oh, it's funny. I don't mean to be mean. But...
Uh-huh.
But brace yourself just in case.
No, so they're playing a barbarian, and the DM's always like, "Would you like to rage?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, I can do that. Let me do that." And I'm like, "Yep, good job."
Heck, I don't know what half the abilities of my character are either.
I know. It's fine. It's fine.
Just cast vicious mockery. That's all.
Oh my God,
vicious
yes,
mockery.
we have
Mockery is your best friend, Alex.
So I'm a ranger, so I attack with like ranged weapons. So I have a longbow, And we have a bard who actually uses Vicious Mockery. And
Wow.
and for one session,
Crazy.
I gave him my bow, and he was attacking with the bow, and then I was like, no, thank you, I'll take that back. So now he's back to doing Vicious Mockery. So back to where he belongs in his place. So it's a good time. Anyways, having a good time. No regrets. Never look back. Burn the bridges. Never go back. No, I'm joking. I'll be back, but it's a great time.
Doubt.
All right. Next session, I'm going for the party kill. Fuck
Not
it.
this.
Team killer.
Just quickly, I'll just talk about how I've been playing Solasta, Crown of the Magister, which is a game based on D&D. So if you like D&D, you should play it. It recently came out of early access. And the issue with it is that the voice acting is really bad and the character models are really janky, but the combat is super faithful to D&D. So if you're into that, I highly recommend it. It's a great game.
Is it turn-based?
Yes, turn-based combat.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I actually was streaming it. It came out recently with the new mode Iron Man, where if you die, then your save file is wiped. And I tried to do Iron Man like maybe 5 or 6 times. I kept wiping, and then I couldn't. I gave up after that. But if you play the campaign non-Iron Man, it's a lot of fun. The combats are really challenging, and sometimes you have to reload like 10 times to actually win. If you play on the hardest difficulty, it's very difficult. And that's what I want from a game. I want difficult fights. Come at me, bitch. Anyways, that was a great time.
May I recommend Dark Souls?
Not those. Not the no-tab targeting.
Dark Souls isn't hard. Tune in next week for my depraved club-only run.
Oh my god,
Not
dude.
bad.
No hit, depraved club-only
Where
run.
you skip all the goddamn cutscenes.
So what you're saying, John, is when Elden Ring comes out, we're gonna race.
Dog, you really want to play against me?
I mean,
in
I'm
Elden Ring?
gonna lose miserably, but it will be fun to watch, I'm sure.
Oh, you're approaching me?
Listen, I play too many video games.
Fair.
And the last thing is that I've also been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist on Steam. It's a good game. You basically you start with like, I don't know, 100 cards, and you have to like grind for in-game currency to buy packs and then open them to get cards. So I thought that would be fun. It was fun. The AI is decently difficult enough where, you know, it's a challenge. There's one AI that beat me with Exodia, and I was so pissed off. I was like, excuse you.
Exodia.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Exodia.
They actually got the 5
Wow.
Exodias and obliterated me. I'm like, what the fuck? Fuck you. I'm so annoyed. So it's
Honestly,
it's a lot
the
of
best
fun.
card in the game is Obelisk the Tormentor, and no one can change my mind.
Not this. And some of the
Obelisk the
Actually
Tormentor!
trash, but
some of the AI have like super meta decks. Like they have a spellbook decks, which is like one of the top decks of all time through like all the iterations and ban lists. And I'm like, bitch, you're really gonna throw this at me? I have like this mishmash of bullshit, and I have to deal with this, whatever. Anyways, it's a lot of fun. It's challenging if you want it to be. The only issue is that the multiplayer is dead, which I guess is not surprising.
Aww.
yikes.
Or at least I only
That's
tried
big
multiplayer
yikes.
once, and it was like late at night, so maybe I'll find more people in the day.
Wait, so is this made by the same people who make? Is it Konami
Yeah,
released? Or is
yeah,
it
it's an
like,
official game.
Oh shit,
Okay.
Konami is developing more games?
No, this is like a really old game.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's old.
I got excited for a
But
second.
I think they released a new version of it like 2 years ago or something, but that's not the one I'm playing. Because the new version has the new cards, and I'm literally playing this so I can play with the old cards. I don't want to play with the new cards. The new cards are too much of a headache, honey. Too much. Anyway, love Yu-Gi-Oh! Love Legacy of the Duelist. You should buy it so we can play together.
Oh, Lord.
Maybe stream it.
Literally, there's only one person here that would actually play Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's me.
You guys great.
You're probably
I don't know what
right
you're on
about
This
that.
is an open invite to the co-hosts and the viewers.
So are we doing a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament arc?
Yes!
Oh, Lord.
Yu-Gi-Oh, I played as a kid. I didn't actually get into it with meta and stuff. Like I played more tournament level Pokemon than I did Yu-Gi-Oh.
Not
So
bad.
I'd rather not play Yu-Gi-Oh because I'd get stomped.
But I have to ask, in Legacy of the Duelist, can you play card games on motorcycles?
They do have the 5Ds campaign,
no.
so yes, you can play card games on motorcycles.
Well then.
We love that.
I hate it. I hate everything
What
about
will make
this.
our card game look more badass? Motorcycles, motherfucker.
Exactly.
I hate everything about this.
We love it.
You know, that was a great opportunity though to like actually license real motorcycles and like have it. I don't know how that would work, but like, you know, have Harley Davidson and Yamaha and Suzuki and Yu-Gi-Oh.
And put dual discs on the motorcycles. I'm down.
Yes, but dual disc on the motorcycles.
God, okay, enough. I'm done. No.
This is ideas we have. Feel free to take them. Give us credit. You know, let us in on the royalties, whatever.
No. Don't take our ideas. Pay us for our ideas.
I'm ready for the
Konami,
the no dueling
call
while
me.
driving laws. I'm ready.
Yes.
Ah.
Oh man, God, we went long this time, didn't we?
This was a
Yeah.
heavy WTF, dude. There were some tangents.
Yes, there were many tangents, but that's what
Really
it's for.
entertaining tangents, though. Yeah, I live
It's
for them.
for us to have fun with it.
Yeah.
One thing that John mentioned that I do kind of want to say. So for the last few WTFs, we've recorded them a month before you actually get to hear them. I think starting next month we're gonna try and maybe make it so where like only a week goes by after we record these things, because we do tend to talk about some current events that by the time these episodes do come out, it's not anywhere near as relevant anymore. So we're gonna work on that going forward.
No, I'm literally dropping this like 2 hours later. You're
God.
not stopping me.
Anyway,
In fact,
can't-
I've been
you
editing
can't
this
stop
entire
this all.
time.
just real-time editing.
Oh god.
But anyway, thank you all there for dropping in to listen to us. Check the description below to find links to Anime Club After Dark on Twitch, on social media, and on Discord. Check out our merch store and our affiliate links as well. Any purchases you made there do really help us out. With that, I have been your host, Alex, and we will see you next time. Say goodnight, everybody.
I hate everything.
Go watch Odd Taxi.
What? What the heck is Odd Taxi?
Oh, you need to watch it.
Oh god, I'm not getting into this.
I know what that is, and I am very worried.